Hey y'all, I'm back. Last video I talked about my Eastern Conference predictions, so today I'm talking about my Western Conference predictions. Pretty much, if you haven't seen the last one, I was going to make a video about every single team individually, but I did not get to it because I was very busy. So today, I am trying to get all the predictions done on the day that the NBA starts. So yes, it's the very last minute, but it is what it is. I was busy, bro. So, we are going to talk about my Western Conference predictions. Let's get right into it. I'm going to try and make this shorter than the last video, but I do be rambling, bro. I do be rambling. We're going to get right into it, starting with the San Antonio Spurs. Last year, they were 34-48, 10th in the West. And that was, of course, with DeJounte Murray. With DeJounte Murray, they still were a borderline playing team. So, yeah, without DeJounte Murray, they are not going to be good at all. I had them 18-64. I mean, they got Keldon Johnson, they got Jakob Poeltl, they got Jeremy Sochan, I don't know how to say his name. But to be honest, this team isn't looking very good. They really got a tank for. They could get Scoot or Victor. Either way, it would be pretty good for them. I think Scoot would be the better fit, but Victor wouldn't be bad either, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this team just is really bad. They are really, like, Keldon Johnson, Josh Primo, Jakob Poeltl, I guess, but this team is bad. They're gonna be horrible. 18-64 is where I have them. And I mean, especially with how competitive the West is this year, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Moving on, we got the Houston Rockets. Some of y'all I don't think, unless you're a Rockets fan, you're probably not going to get mad at this, but I have the Rockets because last year they were 20-62, 15th in the West. This year I will have them going I'll put 19-64, and they will be the 14th seed in the West. I almost said 20th. I was like, bro. They will be the 14th seed in the West. 19-63. One game better than the Spurs. I mean, I was gonna say it's because they lost Christian Wood. That does play a part in it. But then again, the Pistons lost Jeremy Grant, and I have them going higher. It's really because of, I don't think this team is very good at all. I mean, they got Jabari Smith, who could be good. They got Kevin Porter, who could be good. They got Jalen Green, who could be good. It's a lot of question marks on this team, and the depth really isn't there either. I mean, they got decent guys depth-wise, but the team is not good at all, to be honest. So I got them pretty low here. Could I have them higher? Yes. Should I have them higher? Maybe. But still, I still think it's pretty reasonable to put them down this low, just because this team's really young, and although Jalen Green might have a big jump, the West is way too competitive for them this year, man. Then moving on to the Thunder. Last year they were 24-58, 14th seed in the West. This year I have them being 22-60 and being the 13th seed in the West. Thunder have not been good, and I mean, they do have Shea, they do have Josh Giddey, they do have Lou Dort. Chet is injured though, and he was a big if Chet was not injured, I probably would have the team higher because I really do believe in Chet. It's just, it's not looking good for them, especially with the way the West is right now. I keep going on and on about the West, but I'm just saying this West is nasty. Also, this team is very young. They have a lot to prove, and it's like, I like their young core, but at the same time, Chet's injured, and the team isn't looking good, so they're not going to be good at all. They're probably going to be another a lottery team again. But that's good because they have a lot of picks. They can get their team better, even more young players than they already have. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, I don't really feel like talking more about these bottom feeder teams. So the Jazz are next. They are the last of the really bad teams here I have, but I actually have them higher than the others at 29 and 53. I have them that high because Colin Sexton's still a pretty good player. Mike Conley's still a pretty good player. I did make this ranking before they traded Bojan, but still they have a bad team. But they do have some decent players who will be able to get them a decent amount of wins. So at the end of the day, this team ain't horrible. It's not horrible. They were a playoff team last year. They did lose their 2 stars all in one offseason, plus they lost one of their best supporting players. But they still have Jordan Clarkson, they still have Colin Sexton, they still have Mike Conley, they still have Jared Vanderbilt, who I actually really like. They still have Malik Beasley. They still have a few good pieces who could help them get some wins. Are they better than the Thunder? They're definitely more experienced than the Thunder, which is probably a big reason why I have them higher. So yeah, moving on. Oh yeah, by the way, their record is 29-53 if I didn't say it earlier. Moving on. The Portland Trailblazers and the Sacramento Kings. I have them tied 1 at 10th, 1 at 11th, both 35 and 47, but I have the Kings at 10th. I think this is the year the Kings will make the play-in. That's okay. The Kings have been bad for so long, man. And we'll see how it goes, but at the end of the day, like, I have a feeling there's a chance that the Kings not make the play-in again and just be right on the outside. So, because those 4 teams, nobody's going to be worse than those 4 teams. The Jazz, Thunder, the Rockets, and the Spurs. The Kings are here, and they are like the worst out of the not ridiculously bad teams. Like, they're the worst team that has a chance at making the play-in. And although I do think the Blazers are better, I have the Kings above them just because they have DeMontis, they have De'Aaron. Keegan Murray looked really good in Summer League, and although Summer League isn't like a clear depiction of what they're going to be in the league, it's a sign. It might be a sign. You never know. They got Terrence Davis still. They added Kevin Huerter, who could be good. They got a decent team. I didn't even mention Rashawn Holmes. So they got a decent team, but I don't know, man. I didn't even mention Davion Mitchell. So, like, compared to this Blazers team, I do think that they could be better, at least in the regular season. Even though I do have them with the tied record, I do think they could be, like, slightly better. Especially, like, Dame, Anthony Simons, Nurkic. They do have Jeremy Grant, but that team isn't playing much defense. I think the Kings have a chance to be better. And the Blazers, Dame's going to be back, which is great, but at the same time, the team isn't looking that good. So, we'll see, but I don't have my hopes that high for the Blazers this year, man. Moving on from those two, we got the Lakers. I project them to be the 9 seed at 37 and 45. Do I even need to say their record last year? Their place for the Blazers and Kings, by the way, they were both out of the play-in, and the Lakers were also another team out of the play-in. I just had them getting slightly better just because they got Patrick Beverly. Like, it's just teams got worse. Really, they have LeBron James and they have Anthony Davis. So they really shouldn't even be out of the play-in. So there's a pretty decent chance that they make the play-in this year. And this is where it gets hard. From 1 to 8 is ridiculous. The top 8 teams in the West are absolutely amazing. There is just to show you guys how crazy this is. From 3rd to 8th. In the East, it was about, from 4th to 8th. In the East, from 3rd to 7th, there's a 2-game gap. In the West, from 4th to 8th, there's a 4-game gap, which is still pretty close. So, the 8 seed, I got the Mavericks. The Mavericks were the 4 seed last year, and Luka did carry them there. But then again, he had help from Jalen Brunson. He had help from Spencer Dinwiddie. And Dinwiddie's still there, but Brunson was a really big part of that conference finals run. And he's gone. Tim Hardaway Jr., we don't know what's going on with him, because he might have injury problems. So You know what I'm saying? We'll see how it goes. But I don't have much hope for this team, to be honest. Luka, you're good, and I think you're gonna be a generational talent in the future. But yeah, I don't know how it's gonna be this year, man. I don't know how it's gonna look. It's looking kind of dim for you, my guy. It's looking kind of bad. Next is a team that a lot of people had as their 1 or 2 seed, and as I know y'all might hate me for this, I have the Los Angeles Clippers as the 7th seed, 46 and 36, just same record as the Mavericks. They were the 7th seed last year. They were the 9th seed because of the play-in, and I have them being the 7th seed this year because Kawhi's coming back. Yes, PG's coming back. Yes, John Wall's on the team. Yes, this team is looking nice, but at the same time, injuries, coming back from injury, of course, Paul George, we've known that he's been coming back from injury and he's been playing amazing. So I'm not worried about him. Kawhi, he hasn't played basketball in an entire year. More than a year, actually. Or he hasn't played, like, in the NBA for an entire year. So I don't know how he's going to be when he comes back. I have a lot of questions about this team. Also, John Wall, I don't know how up to strength he's going to be. Preseason isn't the greatest indicator of how he's going to play. Even though, yes, I used Summer League as a good point for Keegan Murray in the Kings little review. Yeah, I don't know how Kawhi is going to be. The team's still going to be good, guaranteed, because they got Reggie Jackson, Terrence Mann, even Norman Powell, Nicholas Batum, Luke Kennard. They're a very deep team. Zubac even. Yeah, like, they got a lot of guys there who could hoop, but I'm not so sure about how these guys are going to come back from injury. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes, man. And speaking of injuries, we come to my next team, the 6th seed. My projection is the Denver Nuggets. This is another team that a lot of people had a lot higher than I do, but again, injuries may be an issue. As we saw in preseason, Jamal Murray was on a minutes restriction. So, Jamal Murray coming back from injury might be struggling. Michael Porter Jr. has looked great, but and Jokic, of course, is Nikola Jokic. So at the end of the day, this team they have the potential, they have the skill, they have the potential to be a 1 seed. But I have them this low just because I don't know how good these guys are going to be coming back from injury. So at the end of the day, I have a lot of doubts about them. They were the 6th seed last year, and I have them being the 6th seed again. It's just, I don't know. I don't know for sure how good they're going to be. And compared to the teams I have above them, I think these teams coming back will be a lot better. Well, not a lot better, but these teams coming back will be better than the teams I have. That the teams that I have below them. And then moving on, we got the T-Wolves. Their depth isn't great. There's a lot of guys on the bench who have a lot to prove, but just looking at that starting lineup, D'Lo, Edwards, probably McDaniels, Cat, and Rudy. The defense is there, the offense is there, and it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. They got the 3-point shooting, got the inside scoring, they got the playmaking, they got everything they need over there, man. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be really, really good. I have this team as the 5 seed right now, just because, the teams above them are just ridiculous. I mean, a few teams could have a conversation to be below them, but I have them above personally, just because, you'll see, man. You'll see. A lot of you guys I have a feeling a lot of you guys are gonna disagree with my West ranking, but because you're noticing that there's one team I haven't said that hasn't, that you guys might think should be lower. Let me continue, bro. Let me just continue. The Warriors, I have them being the 4 seed. Yes, they just won a championship, but as we have seen, the team chemistry isn't the greatest. Draymond's getting older, Clay's getting older, and as much as I hate to say it, Curry's about to be 35 years old, which is ridiculous. So, the Warriors, at the end of the day, the Warriors dynasty is gonna come to an end eventually, and they are the 4 seed. I'm predicting that they'll be the 4 seed this year. Do they still have a chance to win a championship? I mean, of course they do. They're the reigning champs. Didn't really make much changes. I mean, yes, they lost Otto Porter. Yes, they lost Gary Payton. But then you got guys like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, James Wiseman. All these guys are coming up, and all these guys have a lot of potential to be better. And it's, you know what I'm saying? The future's looking great for the Warriors. The past has looked great for the Warriors. We're going to see how it goes in the season, but I have them being the 4 seed just because the teams that are above them, I think, will be slightly better. And let me start with the Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans. You got Zion, you got Brandon Ingram, you got CJ McCollum, you got Jonas Valanciunas, you got Herb Jones, you got Trey Murphy, you got Jose Alvarado, you got Jackson Hayes, you got, like, this team has so many pieces. So many pieces. Yes, they're young, but I believe in this team. I think Zion's going to be amazing. I think Brandon is going to be amazing, and I think CJ is going to be amazing. I think this whole team is going to be amazing. Yes, if this team is bad, bring up this video and, like, just bully me on it, bro. Bully me for it, because I believe in this team. I just have strong beliefs in this team that they'll be the 3 seed. 52-30 record. That's why I have them getting. Oh yeah, for the Warriors, if I didn't say it, it was a 50-32 record, and for the Pelicans, I have them going 52-30. So that's my prediction, y'all. There's 2 more teams left, and y'all might be thinking there's one more team I haven't said yet. That might sound crazy, but trust me, you'll see, bro. You'll see. We got the Suns as a 2 seed, 53-29. No matter what, the Suns are going to be a great regular season team with Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder. There has been some turmoil there with him, because apparently he might get traded and stuff. But at the end of the day, this team's still going to be really good. Even though they did sell in the playoffs, I think they're still going to be competent, and that should be enough for them to be good. Like, they were the 1 seed last year, and I'm pretty sure they won 60 games. Now this year they're 2 seed in 53 games. I mean, yeah, they have almost the same team, but Chris Paul's getting worse because he's older. There's a bit of turmoil with Jay Crowder and DeAndre Ayton. You never know what's going to happen with them. And of course the West is getting a lot better, so we'll see what happens. But I got them 2nd seed and 53-29. And lastly, my 1st seed is the Memphis Grizzlies at 56-26. I've seen a lot of people have the Memphis Grizzlies a lot lower than this, but I think the Memphis Grizzlies have the skills to be this good. Am I overhyping it because of last year? Maybe. Last year I had the Memphis Grizzlies in the play-in, and they ended up being the 2 seed. So I think Ja's going to be having a really good year. I did hear about the injury problems going on, and the losses of DeAnthony Mountain, of who else? A few other guys who they traded away, but they still got Brandon Clark, they still got Desmond Bane, they still got Dylan Brooks, they still got Jaren Jackson, depending on injuries. Like, we'll see with the injuries how that happens, but they still got him. They still got a lot of good guys on this team who can help them win games, and I think they'll be the 1st seed, 56-26. Will this be a right prediction? It's a hot take. It's definitely a hot take. We'll see how it ends up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But Grizzlies, please don't prove me wrong. Please don't prove me wrong. I want all these teams to succeed. I don't have any vendettas against any teams in the West. I don't really like the Celtics, but still, in the West, I'm a fan of all of them. I just want all of them to succeed. But specifically, out of all these Western teams, my favorite ones, based on how they look this year, are probably the Pelicans and the T-Wolves. Because both of those teams they just look nasty, bro. Especially the Pelicans. Zion, man, Ingram, CJ, all these guys just look amazing. So we'll see how it goes in the season, of course, but it's looking promising. So just a quick reading of all the records I have. So 15 seed Spurs 1864, Rockets at the 14th 1963, Thunder at 13th 22 and 60, Jazz at 12th 29 and 53, Blazers at 11th. No, Blazers and Kings tied with 35 and 47 at 11th and 10th. Then Lakers 37 and 45 at 9th. Mavericks 46 and 36 at 8th. Clippers also 46 and 36 at 7th. Nuggets 49 and 33 at 6th. T-Wolves 49 and 33 at 5th. Warriors 50 and 32 at 4th. Pelicans 52 and 30 at 3rd. Suns 53 and 29 at 2nd. And the Grizzlies 56 and 26 at 1st. So those are my final predictions. I think that's how things are going to end up. And I believe in these West teams, man. Especially except for those bottom four. The bottom four is tanking. But other than that, I believe in these West teams. I think all of them are going to be, especially the ones at the top, and the top 8, I think all of them is going to be a dogfight up there. Especially in the East, it's like the top 9 teams, and in the West, it's the top 8 teams. And we're going to see how it goes, but I think that's about it for now. There's about 7 teams in each conference who I think can win a championship this year. Or at least can make the finals or conference finals around there. But we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. For now, if you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, share. Please comment down below anything, man. Comment down below your West predictions. If you think I'm wrong, comment down below. Hey, you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear y'all opinions, and I'm ready for whatever y'all got to tell me, bro. I will probably be responding down there to some of your comments. And if I get in debates, please just don't be too toxic in the comments. Please. That's all I ask. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.